Good morning from New York. Today, another subject. Bringing the world together gives hope for greater democracy, justice, and peace. Finding common ground with Joe Biden. Yes, I've gone there. Hopefully, not killing the channel with politics. But politics is an innate part of the philosophy. You have to be involved in politics. You have to vote. You have to support democracy because democracy supports empathy. You know, duh. So, yes, I am very pro Joe Biden because he's a very empathetic person. He's the most empathetic person running that can possibly win in the presidential election. Right? And he tries to bring people together. If you're not noticed, he wanted to do something about the border, but he wanted to have a bipartisan bill. He wanted to bring people together. This is empathy on display, and it's pro-democracy. And running against someone who's the most sorry choice that I can imagine. He's not empathetic. He needs healing. To be a hero in his life, he needs to change his life. He needs to find healing inside himself, not try to run the country. There are a lot of us who shouldn't be running the country, and I'm one of them. I don't have the skills. But Joe Biden does. And he's very empathetic. And he brings the world together, okay? Our allies are supporting us more now. They're going, finally, we have a leader of the free world again, It's not a pawn of Putin. Yeah, I said it. Had nothing but praise for people who are trying to destroy democracy, and the empathy that goes with it. So, no, your choices couldn't be plainer this time in the United States and around the world. There's channels for everybody around the world. Vote for the more empathetic candidates and be sure and vote. If you don't live in a democracy, then do what you can to promote empathy and awareness, which will give birth to democracy. You understand me? I'm an old grandpa-aged fellow. And, yeah, I take it seriously. My story is coming to an end, and there are things I'd like to improve in myself, and this insight, which I've worked on and developed over 50 years, along with others, help along the way. And yeah, it's something for the world. So I don't mean to isolate the politics to just this country, but right now the leader of the free world is poised to elect someone who would like to be a dictator. You know what? Nothing else matters. Listen to the Lincoln Project. Nothing matters right now in this presidential race, and and the whole Republican Party's following this guy. Okay, it's time for a new party. The old Republican Party is gone. They had to, well, not completely. There was a bipartisan bill to help deal with the immigration problem. Yeah. And guess who blocked it? The Congress, the Republicans in Congress, who were under the total sway of Trump. Now, the senators are way too influenced as well. But here's a bipartisan bill killed that could have helped save lives by limiting the drug trade and helped make sure that people who were seeking asylum were legitimate by creating courts. Guess who killed it? Trump, telling the Congress, his congressional allies, to not vote for the bill because it would hurt his ability to be president. So what does that tell you? It screams at you that he's only and primarily concerned with him gaining power, not the benefit of the people of the United States. You need empathy for that. What empathy has he shown? There's some people that are very, very sick and they need help and they can't help themselves. That may be some of those who are under the sway of Trump. Well, it's time to wake up. If you're healthy enough to understand that empathy is important, democracy is important, then stand up and stop following Trump. This is outrageous. Even our mainstream media is playing it like it's an equal contest. He shouldn't be in the contest. Only reason that he is because we're still deciding how much of a monarch the president should be. Whew. I thought, we've got a long way to go. We need to heal, and we need to move forward. And Joe Biden is the choice. And it's not about a democracy, it's for a greater democracy. Am I for the two-party system? No, I'm not. I believe he gives too many excuses for people, to blame the other guy, and it's switching back and forth between the two. When there's only two parties, it's easier for the super wealthy to control them. All right? And people don't vote for third parties. They never do. So your only choice is not to throw your vote away on a third party, but just give it all to the Democratic Party, or give it all. Give Joe no excuses not to do all of the things he talks about that he would like to achieve. No excuses whatsoever. And by golly, after that, being as the Republican Party is so completely gone off the rails, Everybody votes third party after that. Everybody vote for a third party. Yeah, it's time. Then it will be time. So, when you give them their chance and you give them, 4 years and things still aren't happening, then, start writing to your congressmen and your senators and saying, okay, what gives if we've given you this chance, and if you don't, act according to the great virtues that Joe Biden shines with, he does, okay? And he's not Sleepy Joe. Yeah. He was masterful at the State of the Union speech. He was just, he set those crazies down. Let me tell you what, and oh, wow, it's about love. You can't call anybody crazy. Well, I'm not perfect. I apologize. The mentally disturbed. Would that be better for you? The people who are against empathy, whose drama in their life has them instead of their having the drama. Get this. This is not a channel with no backbone. All right. There comes a time when we do have to fight. When democracy's on the line. It's not when it comes to people who are non-empathetic wanting to rule your life, it's time for you to stand up and change that. And vote for people who are not trying to rule your life, but trying to make things better. And women, I mean, wow. If you don't have rights over your own choices about your body, doesn't that tell you that things need to improve? And who under what leadership will that improve? The Democrats, period. Right now, your only hope. And once they put Roe versus Wade back into place as a law, and not just a precedent for the courts to tear down. Oh. And you know what? You were voting for the Republicans, and what did that give you, ladies? What did it give you? It gave you a situation in which you're looking at murder charges in your attempts to have a child, because the egg meeting the sperm, and you some fail, and that's how you could have a choice of having a child, and also, if it's only to save the life of the mother, geez, you want the woman, ladies, do you want to be at the point of death before you can make that decision? A point where it's absolutely certain you're going to die if you have the child. This is in the real world, it's all about the odds. And if you wait too late, if you have to wait too late, which that idea will, create, if you wait too late, then you may be damaged so that you can never have a child. And you needed that abortion, and you didn't get it, and you didn't get it in time. It could mean you'll never have another child because of the damage. Or it could mean you die. I might remind everybody that, most of the time when the egg meets the sperm, it's naturally aborted. That would, if you're considering that murder, and you consider, if you think there's a loving God in charge of things, well, that would make your God the biggest abortionist of all time. The mother's always preferred over the child in nature for obvious reasons. You can use your common sense. Now, you can't have love when you allow hate, either in yourself or in other people. And I don't hate MAGA. I don't hate Donald Trump. They're mentally disturbed, a lot of them. Some of them are just fooled because they're not paying attention, or they're only listening to Fox News. Wow. You need some introspection going on. How introspective do you think Donald Trump is? It's sad to say, but I would say just close to zero. And if you have a belief, well, let's put it this way. If you can't doubt your most cherished concepts, you're not a thinker. You're a blind believer. And blind belief will destroy our democracy. So good old Joe's trying to bring us all together. If you see the people who are trying to tear us apart, don't vote for them. And that would be the entire Republican Party right now, just about. If there's an exception, you find one, okay. Make sure they're not a Trump supporter. Make sure they're not against democracy. And make sure that they're more for democracy than the Democrat, which is very unlikely at this time. Very unlikely and sad to say. So, I want you to understand that bringing the world together involves a bit of a struggle. It's not all roses, but it's meaningful. It's meaningfully dramatic. We're going to face drama in our lives. We're going to face disappointments and failures and all kinds of things. But does the drama of that have you, or do you have the drama? If you have the drama, that means you are able to make free decisions and better decisions. So that's a good way of seeing that, I think. So, yeah. And if that means You're not a fan of the channel anymore. Well, I'm sorry. But I don't want to be on my deathbed going, I didn't stand up for democracy and empathy and awareness. That I didn't try to be a better person, that I didn't try to make a better world, that I didn't even vote. I don't want to die like that. You can choose your way. But that's not something I'm going to do. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could criticize about my country. But my country supports democracy. Is it a perfect democracy? No. Are we really, really that different than other nations? Well, not really. Human beings create a thing, it's going to be similar around the world. Too many power mongers and greedy folks controlling a country. Whatever the system of government. But here we have a democracy that does encourage civil rights, the rights of the individual. And that's the main point of democracy, is to have civil rights. And ladies, your rights are threatened in this election. Don't doubt it. Don't let the cost of bread decide your vote. You start to lose your rights, they go away very quickly. Look around the world. All right? So, on the positive side, I like to sing my Irish blessing. And I know I'm not a great singer, so I do this with the opportunity for humor. Yeah, you can mimic how badly I sound. Have fun with it. Go ahead. That's another thing. Joe Biden can laugh at himself. That's empathy. That's real awareness. Trump can't. In fact, he's the butt of all kinds of jokes because of it. Because his drama has him. He just flies off the handle for anybody making fun of him. I've got a big nose and big ears. Maybe I should have been a clown. Crosses my mind, it might have been where I should go, have gone in my life. Well, too late now, maybe. You think? Anyway, here's my Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Or her hand, or its hand, however you see the ultimate love. And I want to say namaste. I always say that because it means what the great physicist Carl Sagan said. We are the universe knowing itself. Isn't that wondrous? When you see another person, be full of wonder. and do value them. Yeah. I do that even if I'm talking to someone that's a Trump supporter. They are a wonder walking. Their drama may have them, and they may not be able to help themselves. And I don't know. But they're still a wonder. And they should be appreciated in all the ways that you can appreciate them. All right? And we face challenges every day. But we can make a better day just by giving thanks. Being humble and trying to bring us all together in a love flow. Just like Joe. Anyway, that's what I've got to say. I'm not saying it from Mount Olympus as the perfect soul that you should follow. I'm not. Follow democracy. Vote for Joe. Make a great day. And here's that word that means that we're all part of the same wonder. Namaste.